Makes sense, makes sense. But either way, you got a Ditto, you've got Merchant Port, you got a neutral stage, you got a very neutral matchup coming in here with Pinden versus Catsu. Oh, okay.
The D in Catsu is silent, much like my own.
What?
Anyway, game one. Sylv Ditto on Merchant Port. I mean, as far as Sylv stages goes, this is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, should be able to get a decent amount of stuff done as far as the ground and neutral is concerned here. Platforms usually don't mean too much between these players, I would believe, but in the meantime, decent amount of control from Catsu.
The evil thing about this Ditto is the grass control. Because if you run on another Sylv's grass, it doesn't make your grass. So that's like the only matchup where you don't get grass for running around, because it could already be there from the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, so much of this is going to be pretty dang snowbally as far as the ground is concerned. And speaking of which, going to take Pinden to the skies there.
Also, he can use his own flowers.
Oh yeah, that's true. But Sylv has so many things to launch. Alright, well, either way, first stock already going to be going down here, and a lot of damage in return. Catsu just not letting up here. 117 and counting on this Sylv, but still able to survive, and all of a sudden Pinden in a lot of trouble.
I mean, it is quite the running gag that Sylv can't kill. But Sylv killing Sylv is even more difficult.
Yeah, but now that you're off stage, just gonna burrow through the stage, get hit by the dare up strong. Sorry, down strong up
down
air.
Strong up air, yeah.
Yeah, we got the moves backwards.
That's terrifying.
Could you imagine? Oh my god, never mind. Speaking of terrifying, gonna launch out of the ground there, but that is still a full stock down for Pinden here. Could be in a lot of trouble, especially with no grass available. I gotta say, Catsu's reacting to a lot of the options that Pinden's going for. It's not very flowcharty. It's very much just sitting there trying to react in time to what it is that his opponent's doing.
I think that makes sense, like, in terms of both the character matchup and the player matchup. Pinden's very, like, aggro, just kind of doing stuff more or less arbitrarily. So we're just reacting to that and punishing the obvious mistakes. This is pretty chill. And that'll take it.
Look at that. That's great. Oh my god. Yeah, just sits there, waits for the option, immediately recognizes the option and punishes. Good stuff from Catsu. All right, so game number 1 out of the way, going over to High Dive Hideaway. So I gotta say, a lot of Sylvs, well, a lot of Sylv in general just comes down to personal preference and playstyle, right? There's some Sylvs who are just crackheads, like to just throw out moves on repeat, always looking for extra combos. There's some Sylvs who like to play cold, calm, collected, you know, just looking for the reaction. And this feels like a battle of tendencies.
And I do like the use of the counter pick here. Just for the make up for the playstyle diff, if you're like the aggro or press button, you want to go to the small stage, even in a Ditto, you can kind of like get an advantage in that way for yourself.
And also, so much more vertical space, you know, allows you to do a lot more outside of just the ground and neutral, where, you know, Catsu's been getting a lot off of the ground neutral. And okay, well, fast fall with the down B not gonna be where you want to find yourself.
Yeah, Sylva's kind of like one of the more SD heavy characters out there. Kind of like a weird-ish recovery. And a lot of ways to just die instantly with his down moves.
Yeah, in the meantime, you know, another one of those SDs coming in. We gotta get an SD counter today.
I mean, it's gotta be at, like, at least 7 right now.
You know, usually I would say that's a pretty large number that I think is an exaggeration, but I think that's actually genuinely accurate.
Well, let's see if we can pump those numbers up. This game is rather close. It's kind of like Catsu's just running away with it. Just in general terms of the set. Just getting a lot more out of every engagement. Sticking on Pinden pretty well, whereas like when Pinden gets a hit, there's a bit of a drop. Like, it's kind of weird how little Pinden is doing off of each hit. Mm-hmm. And just no patience in the tech chase, not reacting to where the Howl bumps him.
Yeah, I do gotta say, I think Catsu's playing a little bit more preemptive in game number 2. You know, game number 1 was very much just play to reaction, right? Nothing too crazy. Game number 2 seems to be a little bit different in comparison, where
I think that's
there's
the
a little
virtue
bit
of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
The only spot where the grass didn't pop up there.
Yeah, sometimes that's how
that
it
was
be.
patient right there. Woo! Good edge cancel.
All right, down strong gonna get parried. Down strong in return here. So right now the question is, how much extra credit is Catsu going to get? Because last time it was quite a bit.
Yeah, Sylvanos can get so much off of just any hit. Especially with like these like weird cerebral parries on Pinden doing up B and neutral.
Oh my god, the Sylv grass actually works out so well for Catsu right there. And all of a sudden, this is a triple-digit extra credit. Might not even get to the next stock here. Pinden in a lot of trouble.
Misspaced on the down strong burrow punish though. Yeah, and just goes up the platform, so that's a non-starter there. This should find a kill. Nice casual parry at 2 hundo. Bouts.
Yeah, but, you know, at triple digits, this is definitely a rough position to find yourself as Pinden, and looks for the second up air, not quite going to be able to get it.
Ooh. Maybe not expecting down strong there, maybe thinking it'd be like a forward strong or a dash tag or something. Holding in.
Yeah, that was far from an expected down strong angle, but...
We're going home.
Game number 3. Home
we have
home.
Seen 3 stages in 6 games today. Kind of badass.
All right, so gonna start things off once again. So you got your double counter pick. I'm a firm believer in the salty run back, but you know
we saw what happened in the previous set with the salty run back of sorts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That was an evil game. Hopefully, this game will be much more good aligned.
Yeah. So right now, you know, we're getting Pinden versus Catsu, and Katsu's just so in control here. Like, game number 1 and game number 2 were Catsu favored. I do gotta say, game number 1 I felt was a much more in control. Like, Pinden's been very slowly eking his way back in, but it's never mind. I spoke a little bit too soon.
The characters that can kind of survive over that wall jump height though, so it's pretty fortunate.
Yeah, we're not getting a repeat of last set. All right, but with Pinden off stage, might not be a repeat of last set, might be a repeat of last game, as Katsu's just so in control. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a tough lead, especially in this Ditto. Whoa there! It all works out! Still full stock up though, so anything could happen out here.
Alright, right now just looking for more opportunities here, looking for a down tilt, looking for some kind of combo starter, as Pinden just needs to find some way how to break this momentum, how to get back into the swing of things. We've seen Sylv come back from these. But I don't know if we've seen Pinden come back from these.
It would take a lot.
Yeah, Pinden's gonna have to dig deep for this one. In the meantime, getting a little bit of damage off, looking for an up strong. What?
Yeah, the old up strong at 40. Yeah, can't bite there because grass is taken.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of comfortability in the Ditto here, and it's just biting Pinden in the butt. And once again, Catsu gonna take it with 2 stocks.
Alright.
Alright, solid stuff to Catsu. A clean 3-0.
One Sylv moves on, one Sylv falls down.
Yeah, and now I do believe So this is a top 4, so I do believe that drops us down to losers here. Oh, still gonna go for winner's side. So, Sylv versus Zetter. Not a matchup that Sylv players are particularly